all the times that Zeri has dominated and run the meta, she often does the best when she has a pocket enchanter. Think back to your Lulus, think back to your Yumis, and while Rakan does offer the ability to buffer up a little bit, it's not on the same level.
This huge wave, and they're going to look for a dive here. This would be devastating if FlyQuest died.
Masu and Busio, they got to play this one right. Canyon going in. They already popped the heal at the very start from Gen.G. Busio taking a ton of damage here. Canyon's getting locked up. Lahenz eats another turret shot as Bwipo goes forward. Canyon's still trying to get away. The Urgot not going to get a kill on anybody as now Bwipo's in danger. Pace shifts forward. Busio and Masu still fighting, still firing. Double knockup. First blood over to Masu. Double kill over to Masu. FlyQuest, play it better.
Canyon, knowing the quad, wants to go back to base, doesn't have the TP available. Lahenz is already here to the play. Chovy has the power, but they dive bot.
Bottom lane, Pays at 200 HP. Masu has to get rid of the turret aggro now as Pays is still fighting, but it ain't gonna matter. Cathian Rain buries Pays underneath the tier 1 turret, and FlyQuest claim a third kill for their marksman.
A crucial set of sequences happened on the map. While Gen.G gained the advantage on the Grub, they did so by bringing Lahenz up. FlyQuest needed to make a cross-map happen, and they rightly do it. We talked in game 1 about playing with the nameplates off. They didn't look at Pays' names, they just saw an Ezreal that should have died.
Bwipo in trouble as Canyon trying to make his presence known up here on the top side. Bwipo's locked up, beat down. Canyon gets Gen.G on the board.
And they get that huge punish now on Bwipo with no teleport here.
Has not yet had a real meaningful impact on the game.
Yeah, Quad is trying to bait Chovy forward. If Chovy E's forward, Inspired will look for the play. But it looks like Chovy is just playing this too smart, too safe, and there's not going to be an opportunity. So now it is going to be about the Grubs here. They rise in importance as we are going to see Gen.G claiming the first dragon, claiming the first 3 Grubs. You definitely do not want to give 6 over, but Masu now with the Shiv completed, so strong at this point in the game. Great for plates, and that is risky business, but if you can deny them from getting to those towers, then hey, it can really pay off because the Grubs are only potential power. If you're getting shoved in those lanes, they don't do a lot for you.
FlyQuest is hovering around the area here a little bit, but they are not going to go any further forward. Inspired and Busio's feet never touch water, as that's 6 Grubs for Gen.G.
A quad, an item that I was not expecting.
I think it is tech because there's 4 melee champions on the other side. And I don't think we're going to get a fight here, but we'll see. They are peeking in to see if they can get a lucky steal. But when you're playing against these 4 melee champions, you do have that slow that you can apply. If they are chasing in onto you, it makes it more difficult for them to actually stick onto him. 100% believe they're going to win because they're going to say, you know what? Sure, we might win this one. Maybe it's 55-45. But guess what? In 10 minutes, it's going to be 70-30, and we'll fight you then.
Well, the second Drake of the game goes FlyQuest's way, so they will not allow Gen.G to continue stacking towards the soul. The glowing chain lightning is going to be massive for kiting out these team fights, so FlyQuest working towards that. On the other side, though, Gen.G, it's also an amazing poke tool to have the Hex Soul, and you know Pays will be delivering the Mystic shots.
To set up for success in the rest of the 5v5.
Well, Gen.G is going to get their first turret of the game here in the bottom lane. Canyon came down to apply enough pressure to force Bwipo to step back so that Keen is able to secure the turret. But now it's Keen under pressure. FlyQuest going in for the fight. Bwipo will lead the charge as Inspired on the approach right next to Busio. Keen doing a good job kiting these guys out for now, but his goal is only to buy time. There is no escape here for the Crocodile, and Quad gets the 4th kill for FlyQuest, but the trade in mid lane is there. It's the Rift Herald summoned up by Gen.G. They use it to force the tier 1 turret down, and Lahenz drives it back into the tier 2. Now Inspired and Busio show up to force Lahenz back, so ultimately Gen.G do close the gold gap despite FlyQuest getting the pick down to the bottom lane.
Flank.
But a TP up in the top side now as Chovy could be in trouble. Bwipo moving in, still moving towards this guy, slows him down with a grenade, and now trying to get that extra little bit of space. Disdain with the flash! Bwipo finds Chovy, but where's the rest of the damage? Busio wants to go in, but he will not get his man. Inspired still hanging around here. Farsight trinket from Gen.G to stop the FlyQuest jungler. Canyon showing up, and another TP is coming in from Gen.G. Inspired is way too far forward, and surely he dies. Gen.G with a beautiful punch back.
An overstep from FlyQuest as Bwipo finds a great trade onto Chovy.
Not fully completed second item for Quad yet compared to Chovy, who is at the mark. Down to the bottom lane, Chovy going in with the stolen lightning crash. Quad with a sidestep away from multiple ultis as Boostio counterattacks with the quickness, but Gen.G still got more men. Inspired wants to go in and find some sort of an angle here for the ulti. He only gets Canyon, another knockup, but the Gen.G jungler's way too tanky. Inspired's gonna die again if he's not careful as Keen kills Whippo down in the corner. Lahen's still retreating. He's got the unbreakable, but how breakable is he? Matsu goes to the rampage, and Chovy keeps running.
Down on the side of FlyQuest. Their overall crowd control is surprisingly limited, which means that in these extended fights where FlyQuest can keep hitting, there's worlds where they can win out on the fight, but trying to burst down that single target, they couldn't actually keep Canyon still enough for long enough.
Using the shift perfectly, getting that bonus damage in, as they're going to look for a pick on Whippo. If he goes forward, he's probably dead.
Yeah, Whippo's in some danger here, flashing out, but Keen's ready to flash follow. Whippo getting stunned up, chain CC'd by Canyon there with a Glacial Prison. Whippo's buying a lot of time, but it ain't enough. Sterix Gauge won't keep him alive in that one, and Quad's here, but now he's got to be a little bit careful himself. Tries to throw the zap over to continue getting a little bit more slows. Masu just barely not going to land the Void Seeker. It expires at the very tip of the range. We were talking about at the very beginning of the game when FlyQuest got that double kill in the bot lane.
Canyon's behind him.
Canyon coming in, Gen.G making their move. Inspired's gonna be the target here, but he tries to force the enemy front line back. The Skarner's locked up in the front, he's gonna get beat down. The Sterix ain't gonna matter yet again, he drags two back. Into the back line goes Chovy. Inspired flashing away to barely stay alive, but now Whippo's gonna be in danger as well. The first kill is going over to the stolen ulti, and Chovy puts Whippo in the grinder. Now Pay's gotta be careful. There goes your Void Seeker. Pay's still getting away for now. Masu trying to fire a few more of these off. Quad and the rest of FlyQuest trying to get at least a little bit of mid lane pressure here. They're down a man. They got to be careful as they continue retreating. Inspired went back to the base to heal, but now Masu's got to be careful. There's your use of that cleanse from the McHales. As again, Gen.G continue the chase, but Masu's unstoppable. Lahen's went in too far. Zap shoots out of the wall, and Key's got to be careful. So much pressure, but it's not enough. Masu cuts them down. Oh, ye of little faith. Believe in Masu and the AD carry. Chovy still trying to escape. He dashes back over the wall.
Chasing for the kill. He has his ulti up in a second. He'll see if he can find Chovy, but it's Masu, the Canadian sniper, stepping up and getting the triple.
And Whippo even finds Chovy. He damages him with the grenade over the wall. Chovy's death is going to be certain. It is going to be delayed. And FlyQuest just found their moment.
The confidence. It's Masu taking over the fight against Gen.G.
Whippo just loving it. You can even see some surprise there on his face, not even believing what's going on for this team now. As the Drake is alive, FlyQuest is going to take this one without a contest to tie these up at 2-2, and they've got the Baron for another 2 minutes.
I mean, you see now why they have so much faith in Masu, why they put the resources into him, why Whippo is willing to give up his lane to TP bot to protect this guy.
Looking once again.
Inspired's got to be careful here. Remember, this is the same spot of the map that he overextended previously, and it cost FlyQuest. But now, the state of the game is very different. It is a 5,500 gold lead for North America's #1 leaded on the Zeri. FlyQuest push continues as Canyon, Pays, and Lahens will back away from the tier 2, while Chovy takes a tier 2 over in the mid lane. Gen.G is applying split pressure. First one there, as Whippo should make it so that Keen cannot find an escape. He tries to run into the alcove, but a nice use of the Scryer's trinket to make it so Keen doesn't have a chance to teleport away in time. Masu waiting on the tanks to lead the way first, and immediately Inspire just slams Keen right back into the wall. They put the money where the money belongs, and Masu gets kill number 8. Here in the bottom lane, tier 2 turret in their sights, and Gen.G nowhere to be found. Fly, knock it down, and extend the gold lead to 7,500.
Opportunity to get his breath ready as we build closer to that ever-important fight. They both take placement in the mid-wave. They contest, and here we go.
With the flash disdain, Canyon's gonna be your target here in the front, but a nice counter-attack coming up from Chovy. Beautiful stolen Skarner ulti. Isn't enough? Masu's low. Killer Instinct to give him the shield to try to stay alive as Keen dives into the back line, and Whipple's already gonna be killed. Top for top, 1 for 1. Masu, legendary, but FlyQuest bleeding.
Yeah, and Masu has no resources here. Are they even going to try to stay around? He's got no summoners. They got to go back to base. Gen.G win the fight off the back of that Chovy ultimate. Inspired tried to get one of his own, but it was only on Lahens. It's Chovy who makes the difference.
Chovy stepping up when Gen.G need him. To win a fight down 7,000 gold is absolutely insane. Gen.G secure soul point.
Quad pushing out mid here is going to be able to get this tier 2, so the gold lead does extend, but soul point for Gen.G with the most powerful soul in the game. Masu now on true 6 items here. FlyQuest starting up the Baron.
TP coming in from Gen.G. True shot barrage flies out from Pays, only hits Inspired. Baron down to 60%. Keen is on the flank, and FlyQuest do not know. They've got to be careful about this one as they continue DPS here with the Baron. Kanan and King gonna step up. Masu's already under pressure, and immediately Busio was about to die. Keen's gonna get bursted into the front line on the other side, and Masu stays alive. He's still firing, still fighting. Quad pushes forward, goes to the killing spree. 4 versus 3, but Pays fights back. A beautiful shutdown over the Ezreal as Whippo jumps into the stain. Pays goes into the stratosphere, and Masu goes legendary. FlyQuest just killed everybody but Canyon. They're back on the Baron.
FlyQuest has knocked Gen.G to their knees. David is beating Goliath.
An impressive fight once again comes through from FlyQuest as they dance with the dangerous Baron, but they succeed and come out on top.
Competition as FlyQuest with a 5-man push, now in the bottom lane, trying to crack the base of Gen.G. Keen and Chovy on the side. Chovy with the stolen Rakan ulti, look for the quickness as Busio jumps in. Turret's already down. FlyQuest forcing the issue, but a true shot barrage over the top of 4 is going to try to hold the line for Gen.G. They continue backing away. FlyQuest took a couple of hits, but they claim the inhibitor. 1,000 gold behind. Now, at a 10,000 gold deficit, they're going to need something even greater. True shot barrage with no results this time. Chovy eating a little bit of damage as Inspired moves forward, and the second inhibitor will fall. 30 seconds left on this Baron timer.
This Dragon here give up their shot at the soul for now and hope that they can hold the line in their base, but FlyQuest crossing the T's, dotting the I's onto the Baron. Their supers still moving up mid lane here. It's going to get very difficult. FlyQuest can just 2-man this while the rest of them look to block out Gen.G from responding.
Masu does a ton of damage to this objective all by his lonesome. Canyon would lead the charge for Gen.G. Chovy has lost a good chunk of HP here in the approach. The FlyQuest squad just trying to buy a little bit of time to secure the Baron, but Whippo might die. Quad going in for the lightning crash. Gen.G are dying. FlyQuest have already killed everybody. FlyQuest will push Gen.G to the absolute limit. They will take a 2-1 lead.
It's Quad with the Quadra. FlyQuest march on the Nexus.
The first Nexus turret, the second Nexus turret, the Nexus itself will all fall to pieces. FlyQuest are 1 game away from semifinals.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup at the quarterfinals of Worlds 2024. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.